Google I/O is fast approaching, and with it comes a lot of rumors about the specifications and the release date for the Nexus 5. Now, although the Nexus 5 smartphone will probably not be released at Google I/O, we're seeing a lot of rumors and about the next generation smartphone of the Nexus tribe. Now, it would make sense that Google would want to update their popular Nexus smartphone to compete with rivals like the HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy S4, both of which offer compelling visuals and great designs. The Nexus 4 smartphone is a really powerful smartphone in the sense that it receives Android updates directly from Google, which makes it the fastest smartphone to get updates. But even though it's running the current software, we're expecting to see the hardware updated sometime this year. So let's start this video about rumors about the Nexus 5. Now, even though there are some rumors saying that the Nexus 5 release date will be at Google I/O this year, I personally doubt that. There are certain reports saying that we won't even see Android 5.0 Key Lime Pie at Google I/O. This seems a little bit far-fetched, but I do think it's credible that we will not be seeing the Nexus 5 smartphone at Google I/O. Why won't Google launch the Nexus 5 at Google I/O this May? Well, I'm glad you asked. Android is celebrating its 5th anniversary this October, and Google would want to keep some important product releases for this occasion. The stars are aligning, and Google is set to do something special in Q4 of this year, and a Nexus 5 that comes preloaded with Android 5.0 Key Lime Pie will definitely be something special. If you'll remember correctly, the Nexus 4 debuted in October 2012, and we might see its follow-up being officially announced exactly 1 year after its predecessor. It's also likely that the update to the Nexus 10 tablet will also come around that time. The Nexus 7 looks like a more popular or a more likely candidate to be updated at Google I/O because it was announced last June, so it's been almost a year since it was announced. But back to the Nexus 5. In terms of technical specifications, the Nexus 5 will probably emulate the hardware components of the LG Optimus G2, possibly the Samsung Galaxy S4, and the HTC One. However, we really have no clue what the Nexus 5 will look like, but it will definitely have a buttonless front panel approach, as this is Google's philosophy about the ideal Android smartphone. As you've probably noticed, there's a trend among the Android smartphone makers to launch terminals with 5-inch Full HD displays, and that's one of the reasons why we're calling the follow-up to the Nexus 4 the Nexus 5. Although we don't know that it's going to have a 5-inch screen, it would make sense for Google to release a 5-inch screen, not just because it's kind of the new thing, but also because it would be one step up from the number on the Nexus 4. I know, it's a small detail, but who knows? The people at Google might care about that. Both the Nexus S and the Galaxy Nexus were co-developed at Samsung, but it's more likely that the Nexus 5 will be developed with LG since that's who the Nexus 4 was co-developed with. If LG designs the smartphone, it's likely that the Nexus 5 will really support a 5-inch true Full HD IPS LCD with a resolution of around 441 pixels per inch. Also, with the Nexus 5, Google will probably update the amount of memory on the device, increasing it from the 8 gigabytes that people weren't really very happy with to a minimum of 16 gigabytes. Although we might be seeing a price drop, that's kind of unlikely, especially if they do increase the memory. Now, to me and probably many of you, the processor that's underpinning this smartphone is also a really decisive factor that helps, you to choose the smartphone that suits your needs. It needs to be powerful, but it needs to have full support from the custom ROM developers. As you probably know, Samsung's Exynos devices aren't among the favorites of many technology sites out there, including us. Anyway, Google and LG will have at least 3 chipset solutions to choose from. They can go with Qualcomm and the Snapdragon 800 and 600, they can go with Nvidia and the Tegra 4, or they can go with the Cortex A15. Any of those 3 processors would be fine, and although I personally hope to see the Snapdragon 800, that may be a little bit optimistic. If Google and LG went LTE in the phone, they can choose the Nexus 4i, the Tegra 4i, which comes with an integrated 4G chip and a Cortex A9 R4 core clocked at 2.3 GHz. Nvidia made a concession for the sake of battery life, but the 4i processor might be enough to make up for that. Now, about the camera. Well, the Nexus 5 will have to compete against the likes of Sony's Xperia Z, HTC One's 4-megapixel ultra-pixel camera, and of course the Samsung Galaxy S4's amazing camera that's really great in basically every condition. The next-gen Nexus smartphone will probably support a 13-megapixel camera, but I'm not expecting amazing performance since none of the Nexus smartphones so far have really had that amazing cameras. Now, as far as the rest of the specs go, it'll probably come with all the connectivity and features worthy of a modern smartphone, you know, like LTE, Wi-Fi 802.11, Wi-Fi Direct, Bluetooth 4.0, micro USB version 2, USB on the go, NFC, all those sorts of things that help make modern smartphones what they are. But that's about all for now regarding the Nexus 5 release date, specs, and price. And we promise to keep you updated, especially if the Nexus 5 is not released at Google I/O. If it is released at Google I/O, expect a review of the device coming out soon. But let us know what you think of the device in the comments below. We also have another video that was a leaked video a while back which had a list of specs for the Nexus 5. Now, it was a very unconfirmed list and it seemed a little bit out there because all the specs were really high up and it seemed a little bit too good to be true. I'll provide the link to that video in the description below so you can check it out. And that's about it for this video, so as always, thanks for watching.